Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. We are about 3 weeks away from Passover, and that means that it is time to begin looking ahead at the upcoming holiday and starting to fill ourselves up with the themes and the ideas and the messages and the lessons of Passover. In Jewish law, it says 30 days before a holiday, you're supposed to start learning about the holiday, and we are definitely within that time now. Purim, a lot of people said, I don't really connect to Purim. I don't really know since my kids are older. I don't have so much of a connection. Well, Passover is universally celebrated. Jews of all stripes and all backgrounds and all levels of connection, everyone is studying and everyone's celebrating Passover, and therefore, the more that you can study and prepare yourself for Passover, the more meaningful it's going to be. I don't know your Seder's were like the last 2 years. Definitely 2 years ago you had a COVID Seder. Maybe last year you did, maybe you didn't. But it's kind of been a little bit different. And because of that, I want to encourage you now, 3 weeks before Passover, while you still have some time, to really ask yourself, what do I want the Seder to be like this year? Do I want something more than it's been in the past? Don't just go ahead and do the exact same thing you did for many years. Judaism is about growing, is about innovating, is about always adding something new. And what's this year Seder going to be like? What role do you play in the Seder? Are you the most learned one over there? Can you be the most learned one over there? Are you the leader of the Seder, or are you just a follower? Is your Seder social, or is it going to be meaningful? So hopefully you can take a couple of minutes after you finish watching this video and ask yourself the question of is there something more that I can do to really make this year's Seder meaningful and powerful? For me, the Seder is for our family, one of the highlights of the year. We love the Seder. Some of you watching this might have been to us for a Seder. If you don't have a Seder this year, please let me know. I invite you to join if you can handle the Bucksbaum Seder experience, which is quite crazy and fun and intense and beautiful and amazing and deep and wild, but really really special, and it brings our family together in a very very unique way. So we want to start studying the themes, the things that we want to talk about, the questions that we want to ask. We know that the holiday of Passover is all about reconnecting with God and Emunah, faith. And there's so many different themes, so many things to speak about. So let's at least begin just in this video to begin our discussion by honing in to what really sets the tone, the central theme of all of the holiday of Passover, Passover is the Chag Hamatzos, the holiday of matzah. And we know that it's not only called the holiday of matzah because we eat matzah Seder night. There's actually also a mitzvah to eat matzah for 7 days. But on top of that, matzah doesn't just mean the mitzvah of eating those round or square or whatever shape your matzah is. It also means to have non-leavened bread in your home versus something that is leavened. So the Jewish tradition is to not have in one's home, not to eat or even to possess ownership of chametz for 7 days. Chametz is leavened bread, which includes any grain product that has been mixed with water and allowed to rise for more than 18 minutes. So that includes the pretzels and the cereal and the pasta and the cookies and all that stuff. The custom is not to have that in one's home, not the custom, but the mitzvah, the tradition, the prohibition, in fact, to have any of those things in one's possession in their home. So, what does that mean? So, because of that, we find that this is a very busy time of year for a lot of people because they're trying to arrange within their home that they won't be in possession of these things. Now, if you don't have a lot of food in your home, it's not too difficult. Just, kind of map out your time that you'll be done with that bread and you'll finish that last box of pasta and you'll just won't buy cookies or cake and you won't have in your possession any chametz over Passover. It isn't that difficult. For those of you like you happen to have one like a full life's worth of Oreo cookies that are in your house and you can't get rid of them, there are other innovations which you can do to try to relinquish ownership of your chametz on Pesach. So, for example, many rabbis most rabbis, probably all rabbis, have an arrangement with a non-Jew where they can actually sell your chametz right before Passover and buy it back for you afterwards. So if it's stuck in a special pantry, stuck in a special cabinet over Passover, it's actually not yours during Passover, and you don't have any ownership of that chametz. And again, you can reach out to me or to your local rabbi who can help you with that if you need to have any chametz products in your home over Passover. But as we start preparing for Passover, we're going to speak a lot more about the significance of matzah and chametz. But just one idea, at least to get us going. And this connected back to the last video for those who watched the last video where we spoke about the value of time and the value of even the 5 minutes here, the 5 minutes there, making every moment precious and every moment valuable. What is the difference between matzah and chametz? What is the difference between leavened and unleavened bread? Moments, moments of time. If you allowed it to rise for 17 minutes and then you stuck it in the oven, you have matzah. If it's 18 minutes, it's chametz. And that might seem counterintuitive. Does it really, really matter? The answer is yes. When it comes to Torah law, we look at even the smallest things. It's about fine-tuning those little things to make sure that, yes, those little things matter. Those little things make a difference. We live in an era where we focus a lot on the big things, big charity. Like, what is the biggest donation you gave this year? What is the quality time that you've spent with your loved ones? What are the big things that you're doing? But we forget that real greatness comes in the micro activities that we do, in the small acts, the small smiles that we give to people, the small acts of kindness that we do for people, the short amounts of time that we set aside, 5 minutes to pray to Hashem, 5 minutes to watch a video about Torah, right? Those little small things that we can do. That's the difference between matzah and chametz. And that's the significance of those two things, and why during the holiday of Passover, we say that that's going to be our focus, to make sure that we're fine-tuning even those smallest things, that it shouldn't become chametz, leavened bread. See you soon.